The target area, maintaining that. George, give him a wave so they can see who you are. He's right now, point, here he goes. He's waving, he's actually there. That's George. George Perez, we're very honored to have him as a member of the Golden Knights family. He is a wounded warrior, and he's a heck of a guy as well. So you might want to talk to him later when the Golden Knights come into Pat. Is going to be flying in the American flag, and he will also serve as our announcer this morning. Let's watch for the puff of smoke at 3,500 feet. He'll be coming out, and you won't see him in free fall for long because he has got to get the American flag set in the, there you go, he's got to get the American flag set in his riser, and it's actually going to be flying over his head. There you go, and there's the puff of smoke, called the hop and pop friend. And when he's in position and he has the canopy flying properly, he will deploy the flag. And upon that, we'll be hearing the national anthem. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please rise and honor America as country recording star Natalie Stovall performs our national anthem. About that. Sergeant Peregrine making a final turn in here, and he's going to be dropping the flag right down into the center of the target. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, how about a big welcome aboard to Sergeant Dustin Peregrine. And how about a big thank you? This little blonde lady over here is a big boy, simple times on me. This is my one chance I can hug her. I'm no fool. Do you think I'm going to pass that up? Hey, terrific. Thank you again, my favorite song. The idea of the parachute was conceived by the Chinese and developed by the Italian artist Leonardo da Vinci. For all practical purposes, parachutes were unknown until World War I. A French parachutist, André Jacques Guillemin, attracted spectacular, albeit brief attention in the late 1700s with several parachute stunts jumping from hot air balloons, the ballet-like freestyle, and the dynamic sky surfing. Once his equipment has been stored, you watch as Sergeant Peregrine will brush off his jumpsuit and don the distinctive maroon beret.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention high overhead. Our aircraft is inbound for the first pass of today's performance. As the aircraft gracefully crosses overhead, the jump master gives the cross arm signal hot and particle. Watch momentarily for two jumpers to exit the aircraft. The jumpers are out and the smoke is on. These jumpers will glide apart to gain separation and fly together. Contact has been made and a 14-inch mahogany baton exchange. They now separate and prepare to deploy their main parachute. And there you have the high-flying black and gold of your United States Army parachute team, the Golden Knights. Mr. Charlie Hillary, former team leader of the Eagles Aerobatics team and parachute manufacturer, Mr. Steve Schneider, exchanged the first baton in 1958 believed that two jumpers in free fall could not possibly make contact. If you have any questions about the world's largest corporation, the U.S. Army, feel free to contact your local Army recruiter who is here at the show today, or give us a call at 1-800-USA-ARMY. You can discover more about the U.S. Army and the Golden Knights on the World Wide Web at GoArmy.com. At 1,000 feet, this jumper performs what is called a wind penetration check, checking his speed and distance across the ground. You will then fly a downwind leg, a base leg 90 degrees to the target, and then face into the wind for a final approach. Our first jumper is now on his downwind leg. As he flies near the target, watch the movements he makes with his hands with the steering toggles. Turning to base, and then facing into the wind for his final approach. You may notice the tail of the parachute curl under. This slows the jumper's rate of descent. And our first jumper is going to bring it in for a nice target area landing. And our second jumper bringing in the Maryland state flag. For a beautiful dead center landing. There's absolutely no danger to the jumper. This is our only solo maneuver, yet one of our most exciting. Watch momentarily for one jumper to exit the aircraft. This is a perfectly good parachute and can be landed. However, this jumper will reach up and release one side of the parachute. This parachute is now accelerating Earth during speeds of 60 miles per hour. He must cut it away completely, return to free fall, and open his main parachute. And there you have a perfect demonstration of emergency procedure. The reserve or auxiliary parachute used by the Golden Knights is also a flexible wing glider, such as the one you see here. There are some differences though. It is white in color, has a slightly smaller wing surface area with a much greater forward airspeed of up to 30 miles per hour. Used by the Golden Knights is a twin turboprop medium-range cargo aircraft modified for jump use. It has two large doors in the rear, which can be opened during flight. It is pressurized for comfort during travel from Fort Bragg to various performances throughout the country. Its civilian counterpart is the F-27 Friendship, manufactured by Fokker Aircraft in the Netherlands. The Golden Knights 2 C-31s are the only two in existence in the Department of Defense inventory. Ours were the last two to roll off the production line in 1985. Notice the corrections he makes with his hands. He brings it down slowly for a dead center landing. Exit the aircraft. They are flying high-performance parachutes known as katanas. The jumpers are out. Now to make a comparison, the square footage of the parachutes you've seen thus far were 265 square feet. The parachutes you see flying above you now are 97 square feet. At approximately 300 to 400 feet off the ground, these parachutes will initiate a diving high-speed turn straight in the ground, reaching speeds up to 90 miles per hour. They will plane the parachute out and streak across the ground. Major Craig Blackwood from Seattle, Washington, with over 3,000 flight hours. And your home state representative from North Campus, Maryland, the C-31 crew chief and flight engineer, Sergeant Sean Holland. These parachutes are maneuvering into position to begin the hook turn. And here they come. reaching speeds of nearly 90 miles per hour. Landing it out just before hitting the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. Training, educational benefits, travel, excitement, adventure, and the chance to mature. In short, to get an edge on life. On this final run, you'll experience the excitement of canopy relative work, or crew for short. As the aircraft gracefully crosses overhead, the jump master gives a cross-arm signal of hot target, signifying that the airspace is clear and that it is safe to jump. The jumpers complete their final gear checks and move to the doors in the rear of the aircraft. The jumpers are out. Parachutes. It is possible to fly one parachute right up to the hands of the other jumper without adversely affecting its flight characteristics. The top jumper can pull himself down in his partner's arms and even stand on his shoulders. The formation you see here is called a two-stack or a biplane. Now that third parachute is going to maneuver into position and dock on that biplane and create a three-stack. And there you have the dock. Now that biplane is actually going to come down the lines of that third parachute, that lower jumper, the stack. The bottom person is relaying heading corrections and the altitude reading. And what you're going to see here is called a drag plane, where the bottom jumper is actually going to steer his parachute 180 degrees, and it's going to turn him upside down. And he's going to be dragged underneath the two top jumpers. And the bottom canopy turning, he is now upside down. And they kick him out. The remaining formation we have here is a two-stack. Now watch closely as I bring this biplane into the target area. You may notice only the top jumper is steering. And the bottom jumper now flying into the target area, shutting it down for a nice target area landing. And a break just before they reach the ground. That top jumper is going to steer them into the wind. They're going to have to release this just before they get to the ground. And there's the break, and you have 1, 2, target area, Golden Knight landing. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Leading the Golden Knights in free fall from Yuma, Arizona. He is an airborne ranger with 3,850 free fall parachute jump. Sergeant First Class, J.D. Berenice. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the gold demonstration team in the 2011 air show season. All members of your United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights. Now, on a long-standing Golden Knight tradition, we would like to present today's baton. Such a warm and receptive airborne audience. In closing, I leave you with this final thought. In the future, may all your days be prosperous and your nights golden.
I can't believe I left my hat home. I have a hat in the car, Mom. Or maybe I don't.
Kids Zone at this time. Bugs Bunny invites you to a Six Flags theme park. Bugs Bunny is visiting the Kids Zone, and if you'd like to take them back there, everything is over, basically works over in front of the trade show hangar. By the way, you ought to go in the trade show hangar and see some of what the folks here, the area, our sponsors, supply us with. Learn a lot of good things in the trade show hangar. But Bugs Bunny is visiting the Kids Zone at this time.